Netflix's Altered Carbon is not always easy to follow. When you have multiple actors playing more than one character, thanks to various characters taking over other characters' bodies, people who have been lived for millennia, a central mystery involving ancient aliens and the futuristic technology, it can be a lot to take in. If you got to the end of the Altered Carbon Season 2 and feel totally lost as to where the things might to go next, don't worry, we have you covered. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. And after this point, there are some huge spoilers ahead. After the events of previous seasons, Quach embarks the quest for reuniting with Quell. In the dying moments, Rai had told him that she has been backed up Quell and she was the only one who knew where Quell was being held. However, he never got her to tell where exactly that was. But now that he knew Quell was out there somewhere, he spent all his time trying to find her. Finally, a clue comes around, but it is not what Quach was expected. A meth comes looking for him, asking for his help. He promises Quach the true location of Quell, but in return, he has to protect him against the formidable enemy. Quach is unable to protect the meth, but he realizes that if he finds the meth killer, he will find Quell. The Elder had been latching on Quell's stack all this while. It wanted revenge for what cornered Harlan and the rest of the founders had done to its people. When they arrived on the planet, they found the song spear and used its stack to make the stack for themselves. The one thing they didn't tell anyone was that they have also found some Elder species alive. On the order of Harlan, they killed all the remaining aliens. However, the DNA of one of them got coded in song spear and protected it until it could find a host for itself. When Amir and his friends stumbled upon the place and tried to blow it up, they accidentally let loose the Elder, which then jumped from one stack to another until it landed on Quell, the only one capable of holding it in. A pact was made between them. The Elder wanted to rain down angel fire on the entire planet, killing each and every human present there. Quell demanded mercy for them, asking it to focus just on the founders. In the exchange for it, she would continue to host it and even find a way to get all the founders. This is the reason why she said, "I'm not here for you," to Quach for the first time they met. This was also accounted for the personality disorder that has been manifesting in her and what suppressed her memories. When Quach separated them, the pact was broken. The Elder would have been imprisoned by the virtual creator by Dig. However, Carrera happened to be there, so the Elder used his stack to get back into the world. Now that there is nothing holding it back, it decided to go with the original plan, wiping out the entire planet. Summoning angel fire on its own would prove fatal to the sleeves and would not do any lasting damage. So, it built a device that would act like an on and off switch, controlling the angel fire on the entire planet. This is what they needed to stop it from using. Quell and both Quachs end up at the tower where Carrera has found the perfect location to get the signal. Quell's first plan to give cornered Harlan to the Elder and ask it to stay true to the pact. If it agrees, great. If it not, then plan B. This time, she would kill Carrera, which would force the Elder to find the next closest stack. It would technically be her. Once the Elder is back in her stack, she will call the angel fire upon herself, committing suicide while also killing the Elder inside her. Everything goes as expected, but the sacrifice is made by Quach, not her. He had already lost her once and he was not ready to let it happen again. He also knew that she was much more important than him. She was the face of revolution and she was the only one who could change the world, which is why she needed to live. So, with the help of the old Quach, he gets Quell out of the way and executed Plan B. With the deadly threat out of the way, the populace of Harlan's world is safe now. Danicia Harlan is killed by the Elder, but the death of one politician doesn't mean the end of the reign of Protectorate. They will put someone else in her place and cycle will go on. After the truth about Danicia's ploy to keep the Protectorate under her thumb comes to light, it becomes clear to everyone that there is no revolution, and hence no state of war on the planet. Old Quach is presented in front of Protectorate, who can't find him guilty to double sleeving because it happened without his consent, and they let him go because he saved the world. In fact, they keep him around to keep the peace intact until the next leader takes over. He is back in the enemy's camp now. but not as their soldier. He tells the Protectorate that Quell died in the fight and they have no other choice but to believe him. This allows Quell to leave the planet easily, and also, now that she is back, she will steer the uprising in some other place. One way or another, the Protectorate is going down. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you like it, please hit the like button and do subscribe to our channel.